the pro forma invoice indicates that it was a deposit for the purchase of an aircraft, 757 aircraft.
Yes.
Could you tell us about this transaction?
Yes, this was, there was initially discussions about buying an aircraft for the government of the Gambia. And a deposit of 1 million euros was paid to Global Trading Group on the said dates. But this transaction for this airplane never materialized. The deal didn't go through. So
the transaction never materialized, you
No,
said?
it did not go through.
Okay.
So subsequently...
Why?
Because the people who were selling the aircraft had already committed to some other party. So by the time that we came to the negotiations, they had already sold the airplane elsewhere.
All right.
So that's why they didn't go through.
Yes, but you were holding 1 million euro on behalf of the government.
Correct.
Yes. So what happened to the 1 million
yes,
euro?
I did submit documents. I don't know if they are in your possession. I did submit a write-up and supporting documents to the Secretariat back last week.
Okay. To the
Last
Secretariat.
week, Thursday, I was invited by the investigators, and I provided them this, and I also provided a copy to the Secretariat.
Okay.
Do I need?
Yes, yes, you do for the Commission. You need to explain to the Commission what happened.
Yes. Okay. So, as per my explanation, first of all, let's to address the issue of the 1 million euros. So the 1 million euros, as I say, the deal did not go through. No aircraft was purchased. And in that year, 2011, we had sent to Canela Family Farms various deliveries totaling about 1.3 million euros, other than the vehicles. Because there's three transactions here.
Yes, let's talk about the 1 million euros
Yes,
first.
the 1 million euros. As I say, there were deliveries made to Canela Family Farms of over 1.3 million euros in that year. And when the deal for the aircraft didn't go through, there was an agreement that the 1 million euros transferred would be settled against those deliveries.
Vehicles sent to Canela Family Farms?
It's actually vehicles and other goods. It's not only vehicles. The 1.3 million euros comprises of different invoices, which you have a copy and I can go through them.
Do you have a copy of the invoices and the documents
yes.
you provided to the Secretariat?
Yes,
I'm sure the Commission would like to see it. So you are explaining that you had, as at the time you received this 1 million euro,
yes.
Canela Family Farms owed you money. That's what you're saying?
That's correct.
Amounting to how much?
To 1,354,000 euros.
For what?
For different deliveries of different items, vehicles, containers of vegetable oil, used cars, turkeys, water.
Water?
Drinking water. Evian drinking water. Evian, the brand. I have all the supporting documents here for all the deliveries made. And we were asked to use the 1 million euro to offset part of those deliveries. Obviously not all of them, because the total amount was 1,354,000. We subsequently asked for this to be in writing, because our auditor would not, in Belgium, we have compliance issues that a transfer of 1 million euros coming from the central bank, specifically stating deposit for an aircraft, could not be used to offset other deliveries unless we have a mandate from the customer. And we got a letter from the Office of the President to that effect, which we actually used for our auditor, and we had also been investigated by the Belgian authorities to ask about this transfer itself. This transfer of 1 million triggered an investigation in Belgium, to which we had presented all these documents, and they were satisfied with what they found.
Do you have the letter from the Office of the President asking you to apply the funds?
Yes, as I say in my letter, we could not trace the letter because the original was given to the Belgian police, and there's a copy that was given to our auditors. But we are still actively seeking with the police and with the auditor to try to get a copy of that. But I remember specifically that it was written and signed by Dr. Njogoba, who was the SG at the time.
Do you have the reference for this letter?
No, I don't have. If I had, I would have presented it, but I don't have the reference to it. But I know it was written sometime in June or July of 2012.
Right. Would you like to have those documents admitted before the commission?
Yeah, the invoices?
Yes, the invoices,
yes,
which you claim you had to settle.
Yep.
But can you, I think you mentioned something about it being 300,000. Am I understanding that at the time, what Kanilai Family Farms owed you was 300,000?
No, it was 1,354,000.
1,300,000.
So after offsetting the 1 million, there was a remaining 354,000.
Mr. Mazagi, Magezi, I would just like to explain. Kanilai Family Farms is a limited liability company, privately owned. This money was received from the government of the Gambia, 1 million euro. How could you set off a debt owed by a private company to you against public funds?
Well, this was the instructions that we got.
Yeah, you could get that instructions, but you are a company.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's expected to apply certain standards.
Yes, but most of the orders that we got for everything, you would see, we were asked to put on the bill of lading Kanilai Family Farms. This was the order of the customer, the consignee. Whenever somebody places an order, they would usually stipulate the name of the consignee. So it's not for me to...
your customer,
the customers...
I may point out, I think this is too obvious for even me to point out. Your customer for the aircraft was Gambia government. Your customer for the supplies that you mentioned are Kanilai Family Farms.
Well, for us,
it is not possible to set off public funds against private funds. That is just not possible.
For us, ma'am, it was the office of the president who was the customer, and they were the ones who told us what to do, who the consignee was, etc. For me, I did not investigate where the money came from. The money came from government, as far as I know. And it was that same party who instructed us to put who the consignee was. So I wouldn't try to argue with what the customer is asking me.
I see. Let's have the documents on which you rely for what you're saying.
I also have a statement of accounts here.
And this, I take it, is just for the 1 million.
This is
what you're giving us, is
yes,
it for
what
the 1
I'm giving
million?
you is for actually more, the 1,354,000.
Sorry, we are interested in the 1 million. I just want you to confirm that the documents that you're giving me now is with regard to the $1 million, 1 million euro. Yes?
1,354,000 euro. These are all the invoices that were delivered before receiving the 1 million euros.
Are you saying that, because we are just discussing the 1 million euro now, we haven't gotten to the 720,000 euro, nor the 276,000 euro.
Of course,
these are
affected. No, these are separate. I will submit them separately.
These are separate. That's why I want you to confirm that this set-off, as we concern, in relation to 1 million. May I have admitted documents provided by this witness, Mr. Mazagi, with regard to the 1 million euro paid from the state aircraft account, Exhibit CB24A.
Sorry, Mr. Mensouda, I don't have copies of these on me because I presume that you had already received copies through the secretary. So,
as you leave, you can ask the secretariat to provide you with a copy. Okay. You can just read. Secretariat will take note that the witness would like a copy of that document, of those.
Counsel, we are having some trouble with this document. I think it's marked as bundle 1. I don't know who put it there. Well, but what we want to know is whether this is the very document you want to tender.
Can I have it?
No.
I believe it's a summary. Let's just clarify from the witness. Because the investigators are still investigating. They are not ready. The document